Welcome back, everybody. This is part two of our systems check for today for our team. And Jan just shared all those great things that are going to help us. Those are kind of the mechanics of being a great health coach and being able to really serve other people. And so if you had questions about any of those things, Jen, we're okay to send that document to them, right? So that they could just go through those things. And if there was something that they felt unsure of, they could just reach out. And it's also kind of a good checklist to go, okay, with my new client, have I done all those things? And is there some area that I feel like maybe I need a little bit of more education on? And just reach out and we'll help you with that. Jen, would you mind pulling that back up again? I don't have mine open because my Zoom will freeze if I open any other programs while I'm on Zoom. So
no problem.
Thank you for doing that.
Let me get it.
While she's pulling that up, I'll just take this down.
Oh, funny. I thought it was right there.
Oh.
Oh. It's coming.
We wanted to talk to you about, I just wanted to share about mentally creating what you want. Those habits of transformational leadership, the very first one says, we lead from the future, we act from the now. And what that really means is that we see ourselves in the future of what we want, and so then that determines the steps that we're going to take today to help us get there. And being able to really be quiet with ourselves and sit there and have some thoughts about what do I really want. I mean, the very first time I ever really sat down and wrote down what do I really want, I was a little stumped. I hadn't allowed myself to dream for so long. This was a few years ago, but I just hadn't allowed myself to even dream about what would I really like my life to be like. So I really did need some time to do that. So as you're doing that and you're thinking about what you want, get out a piece of paper and write down those things that you would like, and then sit down and mentally see yourself in that place. And then you can make some clear decisions about, make some goals about what would I like for my health? Where do I want my health to be? Do I want to be a certain size? Is there some activities I want to do? And then where do I want to be with my business? What would I like to achieve? And then also maybe make some goals about what you would like to see happen as far as like travel or some a life purpose that really matters to you. Maybe you want to be involved in some kind of organization or some kind of movement that really matters to you, and you want to have time to do that. And maybe you'd like to build a new house or have some goals of being able to spend time with your family and things like that. Even things that may seem really out of reach for you. I think that our Creator has shown us how to do that. He mentally creates everything before He physically creates it. And that is what we have to do too. If there's something that we really want, we need to see ourselves in the future of actually doing that and actually having that in order to be able to create that. I just lost one of my little papers that I have right in front of me. I had written down all my notes, but anyway, that's okay. I also wanted to share with you a couple of things that I've done that helped me create. So I have this little, maybe you'll have to stop sharing just for a second, Jan.
Yeah, for sure. There you go.
This is my vision board. And one of the things, like for my business, I have on here, this is my next step. I want to hit FIBC. So if you haven't hit senior coach yet, maybe that's your first step. If there's the next level that you want to hit, just put it right there. And maybe, write your name on there. I am, or Michelle is, or Diane is. And then I also put, some things that probably all looks backwards to you, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
No, It looks good.
Okay, so I also wrote down like my team, and I wrote spaces for all their people. Like, in order for me to hit FIBIC, which is a fully integrated business coach, I need to have 5 senior coaches. So I need to bring on some more coaches, and I need to help the coaches that I have be able to have 5 clients. So I wrote down their names, and I have spaces for their clients. I also wrote down the new clients that I want, and something really magical happens when you create a space for those people for those names to fill in. That means that all those people that I've got a space for, they are going to get their health in a better place really soon, because I've made room for them, and my coaches are making room for them. And I've also got some, some places that I want to visit and that I'm going to visit in the future. And I also have, there's a statement, and I wanted you to maybe think about this, to write some I am statements about who you are or who you want to become. The last sentence in my statement says, I embrace abundance, and abundance embraces me. That statement just makes me feel good, and it makes me happy. And there's some other people that have shared their statements, and then I also have a big long page of I am statements that cover all different areas of my life: my spirituality, my family, my relationships with my family, my financial status, my financial abundance that I want in my life. And when you say those things as if you have them already, I am, then they become a part of who you are. And just an example that I put, I am thin and fit. And if that's something that still feels a little bit out of reach for you, like it feels like it is for me, then that really helps me identify that this is part of who I am. I am a homeowner. I haven't owned my own home in 14 years. And so this is a statement that I've been making to myself for a while. And Scott and I signed papers last week to build a house. And hopefully it all goes through, but because we've been close before and it didn't happen. But those are just some I am statements that matter to me, and yours are going to be completely different. Whatever it is that you want to say I am, but identify with that as part of who you are, and then you'll be able to create that as time goes on. And can you share that list back again so that I can see what I haven't touched on yet?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Okay, that power statement, there is a really great example right there. And we'll send you this so that you can kind of see that as an example, but yours is probably going to be different. It should be very individual for you. It should feel right to you. It should feel like you. And then just taking even just a few minutes every day in the morning, I think is a lovely time. And also before you go to bed, so that your mind can be thinking of things while you're sleeping to help you create the next day. But just taking a few minutes to really think about what you truly want and seeing yourself in that place will help you make some decisions today about what you need to do today to help you get where you are. And even if it is just a small step that will take you closer, maybe all it is going online and looking at prices for tickets to your dream destination. Or maybe it's ordering the book that will help you be more organized. Just one little thing that's going to help you get to where you want to be is going to get you closer. And it really does happen just one step at a time, one day at a time. It's those small incremental decisions that we make every day that help get us to where we want to be eventually. And I'm a really big believer in this. I've completely changed my life in the last 4 years from where I was. And I've been able to create and manifest some things that really felt very, very out of reach for me at the time. And so I'm a really big believer in mental creation and making time to do that. And I am happy to share, I have so many books that have really helped me with that, and I'm happy to share that list with you anytime. If any of you have not read this book, Remembering Wholeness, It's just fabulous. I recommend it to anybody, and it really does help with that, and it really helps you feel like you can do it. And then I've got some others. I got a whole list. If you want them, I'll send them to you. But thanks so much for joining us today. Does anybody have any comments they want to make after that? Have you tried that before? Has it worked for you? Diane, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I have not tried anything like that, but it sounds like a great idea.
Oh, it's so much fun.
It's really fantastic. Is it kind of echoing?
A little bit. Do you want me to mute?
Let's see.
I'll mute myself. That probably will help.
Okay, let's see. Does that help? I'm not echoing anymore? Okay. I was just going to say, in Dave Blanchard's training, you may have heard of Dave Blanchard. He does a lot of work with our team. He teaches us about this type of thing, mental creation, a lot. And it's more than, you may have heard of the power, the law of attraction, where people believe that they just start thinking about like their favorite car or dream vacation or whatever, and it just manifests itself magically. And he says, no, it isn't magical. What happens is you attach to it in an emotional way, which changes your thoughts and your feelings, and that changes your actions. And then you go out and you do the things that help you be able to create that thing. And he said, and it's more than, for him anyway, I don't know how everybody else is, but this is how I feel about it too. These things like maybe extrinsic, like they may be a thing, but they aren't, that thing isn't important. It's what you can do with that thing that is important from the inside. So for an example, what if I said I would really love to build a cabin someday for our family, right? That's an extrinsic thing. It's a thing. But the intrinsic value to that is something that builds memories for my family, that changes things. Like I can take my clients up to it. I could send families in my community that are in need of a vacation. Maybe they can't afford to take one. I could send a family to the cabin for a week. You know, that to me is intrinsically valuable. Memories that I build with my family there would be so valuable. That's why I want the cabin. So you have an extrinsic thing with intrinsic value. And Dave Blanchard calls that E to the I. E to the I, things on your creation board. When you connect to those things and why you want them, and then you learn the skills through this training with this program to help you learn how to connect with and serve people, you then will be able to create anything you want because you have the skills and the tools to do it. But it takes you want it. You've got to want to use the vehicle to be able to create. Otherwise, if you're content where you are and you really don't have anything you want, you may not be motivated to go out and create. But we are meant to be able to create. That's why we're here. And if we learn these things now, wow, that is just going to help us be that much more prepared and ready for the next steps. So anyway, that just came to me the other day. I woke up and thought, I wonder if our teams really understand the power of what they have. The great program we have that's based on service, the way that we can change our development for our own selves and become better people and more able to put this process into action. It's fantastic. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing your creation board and the things that are on it. I've seen her come from a distressed person, maxed out, totally stressed out, working for the state, filling in the gaps with this program, thinking, could I even do it? When she had like 3 and 4 clients, could I even really do this? To now she's got a thriving team. She's got a wonderful situation where she's retired from the state. She now can totally support herself with our program, and she's serving more people. And now she's getting her own home. And I've watched as this type of thing has happened in her life. And I could share things about, you know, all the different people on the team have had things like this happening. So we just invite you to become part of this wonderful process and to really solidify your skills so you feel empowered to be able to do it. So anyway, I just had to throw that example out there because it helped me understand it. So
Thanks for being on, everybody, and thanks so much, Jan, for all your mentorship and your guiding us and your love for us. And I just want you guys to know that I love you, and I'm so glad that you're part of our team, and you each have something so important to share with other people, and you add so much value to the world and to our team, and I'm so grateful to be working with all of you. You're all amazing, and I'm so glad you're mine. And we'll end this for now, but get with your mentor if you have any questions at all about anything, and we'll get that sheet sent out to you so that you can go through it and you can just see Kay is there. And if you want to talk to more about mental creation, that's the funnest. Let's talk about that too. We're happy to discuss anything on there with you. Okay, we'll talk to you guys